Hey, it's Jason. Welcome back. It's Friday, I want to say Friday, December 18th, and I just got to the cabin. This weekend is Ohio's bonus deer season, so we've got 2 more days of gun season, and my plan is to be out in the tree stand first thing in the morning. I've spent most of the season, or all the season so far, really buck hunting, and decided on my way down that it's time to put a doe in the freezer to just refill the freezer. So my plan is if I see a doe in the morning, I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm always buck hunting, so if a buck shows up and it's one of the bucks that I've been after, I'll certainly go after that. But I thought tomorrow might be a good opportunity for me to shoot a doe, get out of the woods a little bit early in time for the Buckeye football game at noon. And we got good weather this week, so in terms of cold temperatures, so it's good temperature to hang a deer. But plan is to get out early in the morning. The spot I'm going to is where I shot my 2016 buck, and I don't have great access to it. So when I first was hunting that spot, the first time I hunted it, it was a field that the deer really weren't coming out to and eating, so I walked right across the middle of the field and into my tree stand. Now we've put clover and other habitat there, and the deer are spending more time in the field at night, so walking straight across the field is not a good option. So I've got another entry point that I'll go up the creek, and if the creek is not visible from the field where they're at, they may hear me down there. We'll see how crunchy it is in the morning, but I'm hoping if I get in there early enough and make a little bit of noise getting in, they will hear me but not pay much attention to me. I can get settled and hopefully be in there about an hour before daylight. So as it gets daylight, maybe those deer will still be in the field or just heading out of the field towards bed. So in 2016, that's how I got that buck. I was in there before daylight and he showed up. You know, I could barely make him out when I first saw him. He showed up so early. So that's my plan for tomorrow. Get out there early, and spend some hours in that stand, see if I can't get a doe. So I will keep you posted.
All right, it's Saturday the 19th. I'm in my ladder stand just above what I call the Big Buck Trail, and good bit of snow on the ground so you can see things really well. A lot of squirrels, haven't seen any deer yet. Walk-in was pretty noisy, crunchy this morning, so there was no sneaking in. Everything knew you were coming. So it's about 8 o'clock, and at this point things should be well settled from when I walked in, and I'm just going to sit tight. I had a really pretty sunrise. I'm sitting here facing the east, and really pretty sky, so share some pictures of that, and I'll share a couple pictures of what I'm looking at here. So nice view. So I'm just gonna sit tight and see what happens, hoping for a doe to make it through, and always hoping for a buck. All right, it's 9:15. I've seen I had 2 coyotes come through. They kind of ran through quick. I saw a doe down through the woods. I could just see her moving through the trees. Not something I could get a shot at. But I did have 4 come into the field behind me, probably 125 yards out, and got a shot on one of them. She did not act like I hit her. I felt like I had a pretty good rest, and I was on her pretty good. But they didn't take off. They worked behind a tree. I couldn't see them real well. And as I started looking around for them, I finally caught sight of them at the top of the hill. But I only saw 3 of them go over the hill. So I don't know if one snuck through before I was able to look, or before I caught him, or if she's down out there in the field. So getting ready to climb down, and here from the top of the hill, I should be able to, if she's out there, spot her with binoculars. But if I don't see her, I'll do a trip down the hill, look where she was, see if I find any blood, and do a good job tracking to make sure I didn't hit her. But we'll see. I got the shot that I was waiting on. Hopefully I connected. Well, I just finished looking, and looks like a clean miss. When I shot, she didn't react, and I thought it was a miss, and I kept waiting for him to come out of some thick stuff. And when I finally looked, I saw deer crossing the top of the hill, and just caught 3 of them going over the hill. The 4th one must have snuck across before I saw it. But I walked from where she was shooting all the way up the hill and over where they disappeared to. I didn't see any signs of a hit. With the snow on and with the 45-70, you're gonna get some sign that you hit them. So I'm headed back to the tree stand. Gonna spend a little more time sitting, and I guess hope the next one goes a little better. Well, it was a good sit this morning on the Habitat Oasis. When I think about it out here, the place seldom fails me. Always see deer. This is the first morning of the bonus weekend. During the first week of gun season, Saturday evening, I had a nice buck come in, and he was just at a distance that I wasn't comfortable, so I didn't take the shot. And the Habitat Oasis gave me the opportunity. I just was not prepared for that shot. I didn't have a good rest for it. So this morning, I was in a different spot, had some does come out, and they actually came out in the same area that buck had come from last Saturday. So I did take a shot, as I mentioned earlier, and I missed that doe. And tonight, my plan, I've got a spot that puts me about 50 yards closer to where the buck and those does came out of. So I'm hoping this evening I'll get a closer shot. And I don't know if I'll shoot a doe tonight, if I'm given the opportunity, or if I'll just buck hunt. But we'll see. If there's does in the area right before dark, I may take a doe. Would like to take a couple does off the property just to do a little population control. So I'm headed back in, gonna watch the Buckeyes, and I'll head back out early this afternoon. But good hunt this morning. All right, well, I'm back on the Habitat Oasis for my Saturday evening hunt, and I didn't actually record when I got here, but I came in, sat down. Nick, the neighbor, he's about 150 yards southwest of me on his place, and honestly, that's where the deer came from this morning. So I wasn't sure if the deer would make it past him to me, but I set up where I can see 3 clover fields. I had a spike come in. I think it came in about 4:30, fed through the clover, went on up the hill and disappeared. About 4:45, I saw some does feed out into the field, and kept watching them, hoping maybe a buck would come in with them, but didn't see one. And the does were feeding towards me. Got a little antsy. They weren't real happy with me up here. Couldn't quite tell what I was, but they didn't like me. So one of them was snorting and making a scene. And she'd head back down the field away from me and then come back staring at me. I finally decided it was late enough. I'm probably not going to get a chance at a buck tonight, and I'm wanting to put a doe in the freezer. So I had the shooting stick and got myself all set, and as she fed back into an open area, I put it on her and got her. So pretty excited to take a doe out. We need to shoot a few does off the property. We haven't shot any this year, and like I said, I need one for the freezer. So pretty excited about it. After missing one this morning, after not taking a shot last weekend, the last weekend shot, it was a long shot that I didn't take because I wasn't comfortable with it. This morning's shot, not as long as Saturday's shot, but it was out there, and I did not take it, or I did take it, and I missed. So this was a good confidence builder. So I'm gonna pack up my things and head on over there to check out my doe. Pretty excited to have one on the ground. So successful hunt. First buck I've shot on that, or deer I've shot on the Habitat Oasis since 2016. So there's been a little bit of a dry spell. Good to have one on the ground. Pretty excited. I will get some pictures and share them with you in a bit.
All right. Okay, well, I said that I thought it was a good size doe. Real happy with the size of it. This is the first deer I've taken with the 4570. So I bought it 2 years ago. So it was fun to get my first deer with that. Here in Ohio, once you get past the first week of gun week, you can only take does on private land. So because we're out here on the Habitat Oasis, I was able to do some doe hunting. So pretty excited. Nice sized doe. We're gonna get it hung up. I'll probably let it hang. We've got good weather coming. I'll let it hang for a week or so, and a little bit of aging, and I'll spend some time over the holidays cutting it up and get her in the freezer. So good hunt, great day, and if you're still hunting, good luck to you.
Now back in the same spot where I shot the doe from last night. That there's a good trail coming out of the swamp here. Hoping a buck shows up tonight. So it's almost 5 o'clock. So we got about a half hour of shooting light left. So we'll see if anything shows up. But it's been a good bonus gun weekend. So I will wrap it up at dark. All right, so do a quick wrap up of the Ohio bonus gun weekend. Just got in on Sunday evening. I saw one buck, probably a 2.5-year-old 8-point at it showed up about 5:15. So always like finishing up a season, seeing bucks out in the field and knowing that they made it through one more season. So good news, that 2.5-year-old is just a little bit closer to making it to being a 3.5-year-old. So we've still got muzzleloader season coming, and bow season still in for a while, but not nearly the pressure of gun season. So good to see him. I mentioned before, I dropped off my doe at the processor. So we've got burger, we've got tenderloin, and we've got a few roasts coming. So the plan is we'll use burger in a number of things, but we're also going to make some sausage here at home with it. And we're planning on taking those roasts, slicing them up, and making some jerky. So looking forward to getting that doe back and doing some stuff with it and putting it to good use. So great weekend of hunting. I hope you had luck. I hope you had a safe season so far. And if your season continues, I hope it continues to be safe. So good luck, and we'll catch up again soon.